Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we will be big box store plant shopping out at a Walmart in Huntsville, Texas. This is a small town just north of Houston. And as always, guys, please make sure you are hitting that like button and hitting the subscribe button as well to get that daily 1-hour plant shopping videos by me. And also follow me on Instagram at Grow Folds. But today is a gorgeous day. And you can see it's pretty windy, but what I find really interesting is even in these small town Walmarts, check this out. This is an Alocasia golden bone, only for $5.84. Now, can you believe that? They actually have Alocasias available here. Now, these are by Island Blooms by Costa Farms. So a lot of these Island Blooms, like the Cordyline Hawaiian tea plant, was pushed out in North Dallas, which is where I'm based at. But it's interesting that they have the Cordyline plants. They've got a lot of Mandevilla plants, hibiscus plants, dracaenas, and this particular one has an Alocasia golden bone. I didn't really see this at any of the Walmarts out in North Dallas, which is where I am based at. So for those that are new to my channel, my name is Richie. I do plant shopping videos daily, and I visit a lot of Walmarts and different types of big box stores. And you can see right over here, we've got a bunch of roses. Love the roses. This is the Knockout Rose. Now with Knockout Roses, what I like about it is they are a very pest hardy plant. They don't get a lot of diseases, and they are very prolific bloomers. They are actually self-cleaning, so they will actually, get rid of their blooms, and they will just keep reblooming and reblooming. It's a very easy to care for rose. And right over here is a Crusala obliqua lemon lime. So this is a jade lemon lime plant for $24.46. Now, for my plant foldies, and that's what I call my viewers and subscribers, if you're new to the channel, they've asked for some more succulents and jade plants, so here you go. And then right over here we have another type of succulent. This is an Echeveria hortensia for $24.46. Now with all succulents and cacti, they need a lot of light. Just make sure you don't overwater them as well, and you'll be good to go. And here is an Asiatic lily. Love the Asiatic lily. They come in different types of like bloom colors. This one has like that yellow and red. I haven't grown any Asiatic lilies in my garden, even my outdoor gardening. I don't have those, but these are by Garden Expert for $6.47. And you can see there is a hosta right over there. We've also got some oleander right over here. And look at this gorgeous looking flower. This rose one right here, look at that beautiful variegation. It literally is fiery, and it makes me miss my roses. I used to have a variegated rose garden, but I just found that roses can be a little bit more finicky than you think. They need full sun, and you don't want to water their leaves just because they are susceptible to that black spot disease. But look at this right here. All of them, it looks like Huntsville may have gotten some rain, and you can see that these Majesty palms are literally sitting in water. Like, I'm hoping somebody can drain those. I don't want to be the one just pouring out all of that water. They do have a couple of workers, so I'll let somebody know. And we've got a bunch of huge spathiphyllums right here. Peace lilies. I love the texture of the peace lilies. These are for $19.84 at Walmart, and they are super low light tolerant, so they make an easy to care for plant. Now these are black diamond crepe myrtles. Love crepe myrtles as well. I actually have one crepe myrtle growing out in my front landscape. And crepe myrtles do very well in hot weathers, and they are very drought tolerant as well. They have some beautiful blooms. And, speaking of beautiful blooms, we are looking at some gorgeous looking petunias right over here. Love the petunias. I pretty much see a petunia every single day when I film, whether it's on my day off, which is usually Tuesday, or right after work. I'll go to a big box store and film that. Really love what petunias look like. And then you can see right here, this is for $8.97 for this container full of petunias. Love that pink. I love pink blooms as well, just pink flowers in general. And you can see they've got a bunch of assorted petunias and other flowering plants here. These are all annual plants, which means you'll have to replant them year after year. And over here, we've got a beautiful wax begonia. This one has the red blooms right here. I love that. And this is only for $1.97. I ended up getting a 4-pack that I still need to put tropical houseplants, aeroids. And don't worry, I'm going to have a bunch of that. Super excited to announce that I will be going to PlantCon 2024 in Houston on April 13th. So maybe I might run into some of you guys and I will get hours and hours of plant content. So don't worry, you'll see all of those rare philodendrons. But right now I want to focus on all of these common and easy to care for outdoor plants at Walmart. I love big box store plant shopping because you will get some good deals like this one right here. Another wax begonia for $1.97. They've got trays of them. Love that red bloom right there. And again, with wax begonias, I never really thought of begonias as like a plant that you would grow for flowers, but those specific ones are grown for their blooms. And you can see right here, they've got a lot of containers by Better Homes and Gardens. I love that they have these mixed containers of petunias, geraniums, and other flowering plants. I love that it's already set up for you. So all you have to do is either put it in a bigger pot, repot it, or just stick it in like a catch pot, and you'll have a beautiful little container plant out for your patio or outdoor garden. Love that combination of the yellow and the purple blooms. I just really like looking at flowers too. They just bring me a lot of joy. As a child, I grew a lot of flowers, specifically zinnias and marigolds. I'm actually growing a bunch of white zinnias that are called Eskimo in a tray, and it looks like I've already gotten a couple of them to sprout. They're also in the same container as my coleus seeds that I planted, but you can see right over here, lots of beautiful containers. If you want to have an instant container garden, you can go to Walmart. I would actually recommend it because these are actually buy one of these caged ones, because these peppers can grow in a container, and they're not a bad price at all actually. And you can see they have so many blooms. Now I will say Huntsville is further down south in Texas, so their climate is a little bit more humid as compared to North Dallas. So maybe these plants are just doing a little bit better. I just didn't see as many blooms at any of the Walmarts I've seen. And I love going to Walmart because I am in the hunt for all sorts of coleus plants. You can see they've got coleus plants, assorted annuals right over here. As you can see, there are so many gorgeous looking containers full of flowers. This is the time to actually get flowering plants. Spring is a beautiful time of the year to just really enjoy all of these blooms. You can see we've got some gorgeous looking geraniums right here. I would recommend going to Walmart if you're going to get some flowering plants. I think that Walmart, out of all the big box stores like Home Depot and Lowe's, they have the most cost-effective prices. They are probably the most inexpensive, especially if you get the Garden Expert varieties. Now, their Better Homes and Garden line of plants are just slightly more expensive, but you are getting high quality plants. Love this coleus right here. I actually bought this one, and this was for Garden Expert, so it's really exciting that I got such a bright, beautiful looking coleus plant. Again, with coleus plants, they can do shade. I think they prefer more shade or full sun, but I think if they get more bright light, they're going to have better coloration. So I've been collecting a lot of coleus. I would probably say I have about 10 different varieties of coleus so far, and I'm hoping to add more. I am excited to, grow coleus from seed. So we'll see what kind of colors I get. We'll see what that looks like. And you can see we've got more petunias and another coleus here. Now this is 98, but that's not a bad price at all. There are, I already have this version as well. I went ahead and bought it. And what I like about this version is you can see that the outlining on the leaves are stunning. Really excited to actually get this coleus right here, and getting a lot of plants. I pretty much have wiped out all of their coleus plants. And you can see right over here, we've got some Better Home and Garden dahlias. So dahlias are another type of flowering perennial that I want to add into my collection. So I've been doing a lot of gardening outdoors. So if my premieres are a little bit later than 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do apologize, but it's just because I've been working on my garden. My Japanese maples are doing well. I'm excited that I was able to plant a Encore azalea. I planted a bunch of lantanas. I'm just really trying to find plants that may work well for me out in North Dallas because I'm preparing for a very hot summer. We get summers that are 100+ degree weather. I am excited that my Shantung maple, which is basically a Chinese maple, has been growing very well, and it's starting to really provide some shade. So I was able to grow a couple of plants underneath it, like that Encore azalea. And you can see right here, we've got some hosta plants. Blue Angel is a specific one. We've got some Gerbera daisy right here. I've seen those a lot, especially at grocery stores. This one is for $5.88 by Better Homes and Garden. Now, I do ask my plant foldies that are watching this video either in the live premiere chat, and I do encourage anybody that's watching this for the first time, if you've made a live premiere chat, to say hello to us. Our plant foldy community is super kind. We've got a lot of regulars there. Shout out to all of my Canadian plant foldies. I wish I could ship you guys plants, but unfortunately, I won't be able to at this moment. But yeah, we have such a good little community here, and I just really appreciate that everybody, every single night, no matter what time of the night, will make it to a live premiere chat. As always, as many of you guys have noticed on the live premiere chats, I do encourage people to hit the like button for my plant videos. It really helps with the engagement, and it pushes out that content to even more plant lovers like yourself. And it would be fun to just really grow our community. I'm hoping to be at 10,000 subscribers perhaps in the next 2 months. I have some of these goals that I want to create for my channel, and you can see all of these live videos that I do, even if it's just, me featuring the same plants over and over. If you guys enjoy me talking about plants or even chatting amongst yourselves, let's go for it. And you can see here, we've just got a bunch of annual plants. I love marigolds. These are by Garden Expert again, and they go in 4-packs. Love this marigold. Whenever I think of marigolds, I really do just think of the common orange marigolds. They are coming out with some more hybrids. It'll be interesting to see what other hybrids that they'll eventually get. I know for the longest time, white marigolds were a super rare marigold, and now we can see that there are big box stores offering that seed. So I am going to be growing that. I do intend to make my marigold flowers into marigold tea, so we'll see about that. And then right over here, we've got some celosia flowers. I love that as well. And what's interesting is that apparently in some cultures, they do eat the leaves. The leaves are edible. Now, I wouldn't recommend that just because it's not 100% accurate, but that's what I've read and heard online. You want to just make sure that the facts are correct. But that's really interesting because a lot of plants are edible. Like I didn't realize that, marigold petals could be edible. They're high in beta carotene, but don't take my word for it. That's just a disclaimer. And speaking of edible plants, look at all of these beautiful tomato plants that they have. Now, these are by Garden Expert, which makes them even more cost effective because they're Walmart's line. These are for $1.97. So you can buy a couple of these starters and you'll have some tomato plants. Now, what I like about homegrown tomato plants is I like to get them when they're green, just because I like to make fried green tomatoes. Those are so much fun. They're so delicious. And I just like growing your own vegetables because then you can control whether you have pesticides and things like that. It's just a lot more fresh. The vegetables are tasty. So things I'm growing in my garden. I am growing some string beans. I'm growing some peas. I'm growing some peppers. I will be growing some okra. I love okra, and I am going to try to grow some tomatoes as well. And right over here, we are looking at a bunch of perennials, and you can see this is some ground cover here. I always love looking at ajuga. These are, ground cover, and this one is for $1.97. You can see the roots are popping out of this. I like this because I want to see if I can grow this indoors. Right now, it's out in my front patio, and it's doing very well. I'm really experimenting and seeing what kind of plants I can grow outside of just the tropical realm of aroids. So we're going to see. And you can see we've got some more dianthus right over here. Look at that beautiful bloom. Very tiny blooms as well. And then the foliage is very just thin. And then we've got a bunch of coral bells here. So coral bells come in a different range of colors. I do like that this has yellow and orange colors. Coral bells prefer shade. So this is for $8.77. That's not a bad price at all. So these would light up like a darker shaded area in your outdoor garden. I haven't tried growing coral bells indoors, but I just feel like they may not be as successful because they might just need to be outdoors. And you can see right over here, my favorite plant. And I probably should have bought this particular columbine right here. This is by Garden Expert, or not Garden Expert. This is by Better Homes and Gardens. So it's a little bit more pricey. I think it's like $9.74, but I love the columbine plant here because do you see how gorgeous the flowers are? Love this a lot. This isn't full, this would take full sun, but what I love about it is it has like an origami kusudama type look about the flowers. The structure is great, and I love that the petals, the back part, you can see they look like squid. I just love how those little strings come out, and these are super healthy. I love the color of this particular one, this rosy one. Look at that beautiful bloom right there. And I am so thankful that I have, you know, very knowledgeable viewers and subscribers. My plant foldies are amazing. Alice, I appreciate you telling me that if I do grow columbine flowers from seed, it literally will take an entire year for them to mature and bloom. So these columbine flowers have actually been growing for more than a year for them to get to this state. And I've never seen these types of flowers before, or at least haven't really paid attention to it. I do have a red one and a yellow one that I planted in the ground a couple of days ago, but I want to buy this one as well because this is so beautiful. I mean, let me know in the comments if you agree. I love the structure of it. It just reminds me of it's like a work of art. You know, that's all I gotta say. And over here, it looks like they do have some trending tropical plants here by Costa Farms. This one is for $19.84. This is an Epipremnum pinnatum albo. Although I would say this Epipremnum pinnatum albo doesn't really have a lot of white variegation here. We have been seeing these getting pushed out at Walmart. I already have a mature version, so I don't have to worry about buying that. And then you can see that they've been pushing out a lot of Rhaphidophora tetraspermas as well, but really bushy ones, not just like one or two. So if you get lucky to find a bushy one, I would grab it. Now, Rhaphidophora tetraspermas, their growth pattern is they like to grow up a pole or climb up a pole. They do better that way versus trailing. They don't really like to go trail. It's more of like an upward type plant. That's also for $19.84. And you can see they've got a bunch of Epipremnum aureum golden pothos. Now these are by Garden Expert hanging baskets. These are sourced out for Costa Farms, but these are for $10.97. And you can see some gorgeous looking hydrangeas, some pink ones right here. I honestly wish I could grow hydrangeas in my outdoor landscape, but I have attempted to grow them about twice in the last 2 years, and they just haven't done very well for me. And then we're going to walk over here and see some more gorgeous looking Asiatic lilies. Look at that. That red lily is gorgeous. Right next to this magenta dahlia right here. I'm actually thinking about getting a couple of dahlias. So there was a specific dahlia that I saw out at HEB, which is another local grocery store in Texas that was selling some huge dahlias for only like $12.97. So I'm probably going to go there. And you can see we've got a bunch of Easter lilies right over here. So you already know Easter lilies will usually go like 50% off right after Easter. So if you want some Easter lilies, I would definitely wait until after Easter. And you can see right here another coleus plant here. This one is for $8.78 by Better Homes and Garden. I already have this version as well, but you know, I love looking at coleus plants, and after watching a couple of plant video content makers on YouTube talk about coleus plants, I am addicted to them. I want to try to grow them indoors. I want to propagate them. I want to multiply them. I just want to have a whole backyard front patio full of coleus. I know it sounds really basic, but you know, that's what happens when, you know, I don't know if you can relate with me, where you find a specific plant and then all of a sudden you want to collect every version of the plant, whether it's like calatheas or a certain type of philodendron, a certain type of syngonium, aglaonema, a certain type of flowering plant, ficus, monstera. Right now, I'm at the stage in my plant journey where I just want to collect coleus. Like as I'm doing this videoing voiceover, I actually went out to Callaway's and bought like 3 more different types of coleus plants. I do want to show you guys my my home and do a home plant tour. So if you want me to do that, please make sure you are hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. I think I will do a full home tour as well as outdoor garden tour when we hit 10,000 subscribers. So we're getting there, but you know, your engagement really does help push these videos to more plant lovers. And again, if you add me on Instagram, for instance, I will be able to answer any of your questions. I wouldn't say that I am the expert at any plants, but I am passionate about talking about plants. So, you know, just, you know, hit me up on Instagram or even in the comment section on my YouTube channel. And you can see right here, these are the Hollywood hibiscus plants. I actually saw these at a grocery store as well, Kroger. And the one I like the most is this Rico Suave one. I love that yellow hibiscus bloom. And you know, yellow is the color of joy. It's my mom's favorite color, actually, is yellow, and I just love it. But I also like America's Sweetheart, which is this hibiscus right here. Look at that subtle red pink coloration in the middle of that hibiscus bloom. Now, my family is from the Philippines, and I'm super proud to be Filipino. And in the Philippines, we call hibiscus gomamela, and those grow so well in tropical climates. They can get really big, almost like a tree form. And over here, we've got some more wax begonias. These ones are not as dark in foliage, but you know, wax begonias apparently come in different types of varieties, leaf sizes, and colors. So I'm actually growing those as well. And I'm just going to walk over here and just kind of pan out and show you what other hanging baskets of plants that they have. Like, look at this right here. This is the Calabachoa. I think that's how you pronounce it. Look at how big this is. And this is by Garden Expert. Now, I don't have hanging baskets of flowers, but, you know, I like the color combination of the red, orange, and yellow. So you've got all of those bright colors. And in speaking of bright colors, look at these beautiful hydrangeas for $17.88. That is not a bad price at all for hydrangeas. And here's a tip. If you have pink hydrangeas and you want it to become more purple and blue, the more acidic you make the soil, the more color changes will happen. So that the pink will actually turn like a purple blue color. And over here, we've got another coleus plant here. And plant folies, let me know what you think about this coleus plant for $9.70 or $8.78. Would you buy this? Have you bought coleus plants from Walmart? What kind of coleus plants have you guys grown? Like, I really want to know all of y'all's thoughts about coleus plants, because that is my favorite plant to grow at the very moment. I love my aglaonemas, although aglaonemas can be a little bit tricky, and that'll be another part of another video. But I do want to show you coleus because they're so easy to care for in terms of what they require. Now, the only thing I will tell you about coleus plants is, check this out. You have to water them daily, and they do not like to dry out, because for some reason, if they dry out, their leaves really crisp up. That's the only issue I have with coleus plants. And I love azaleas. The reason why I love azaleas is because azaleas are, they remind me of Japanese gardens. And my dream is to have a very gorgeous, manicured, zen, peaceful Japanese garden with a bunch of Japanese maples and a bunch of like rhododendron, azaleas, gardenias, camellias, peonies, all of that. I want all of that there. And I do love the fact that this one right here is a beautiful looking peach one, and this one is for $24.94. Now, these are not the proven winners, the Encore azalea. So this will only bloom for the spring, and then you're done. So if I'm going to grow some azaleas, I definitely want to grow more Encore azaleas because they keep reblooming. And in Huntsville, since we're in Huntsville, Texas actually has a bunch of like pine trees. So they have more acidic type soil naturally. And as I was driving through, some of these houses had beautiful mounds of azaleas. And I'm like, we can't grow them like this in North Dallas. So I always find it interesting that different areas of the country, sometimes you have better luck with plants. And I had to show you that Aglaonema red Siam as well as that Calathea right here. This is the Calathea rospica. I have mine growing in hydroponics. This one is for $14.97 by Costa Farm Self-Watering Planter. I have it in all water and it is doing fantabulous for me. All of my calathea growing in water don't give me issues at all. No crisping, no having to guess whether I'm giving them enough humidity. It's really good. And then right over here, we've got some bougainvilleas, some nice looking bougainvilleas. And I've noticed that the more expensive types of bougainvillea are the ones without the thorns. It looks like, and that's just a subtle thing because bougainvilleas typically have thorns, but this one, let me see, does this one actually have thorns? This one has thorns. Now, there was another one that Walmart was selling that didn't have thorns. It was a little bit more pricey, but bougainvilleas are gorgeous. And I just love the blooms. They come in different varieties. And you can see right here, this is an Encore Azalea. And actually, I was able to get this Encore Azalea, this particular bloom, this pink one, in a smaller form. And I planted it in my landscape. So I'm excited to see if I can get it to establish and grow. And you can see we got a bunch of like hanging baskets of bougainvilleas. Bougainvilleas love very hot weather and full sun. Let me repeat, very hot weather in full sun, they do very well. They actually bloom more when you actually underwater them and not actually water them. The reason being is bougainvilleas feel like they're about to like die, so they have to like reproduce or try to reproduce. So, you know, obviously they'll push out some more plants, and then you can see right here, we've got some more plants indoors. So I'm showing you like the Phalaenopsis orchids. They've got a bunch of Easter lilies that have yet to bloom. So that's cool. If they do actually clearance those out after Easter, that would be nice. So, and I love the smell of Easter lilies. Very fragrant smell. And then we've got a bunch of assorted indoor houseplants by Costa Farms. These are all in the self-watering planters. These are all for $14.97. So we're seeing a bunch of like Sansevieria snake plants, ZZ plants, a fiddle fig leaf, a calathea, a ZZ plant, some Dieffenbachia. So there's not a lot of other plants as far as like indoor tropical plants at this Walmart in Huntsville, Texas. But I do like the fact that they have a very good arrangement of outdoor plants. So it's really interesting to see that. So I went back outside to just look at all of the other plants that they have available. So they got a couple more tropical plants right here. This is a Dieffenbachia Camille for $9.97. So I actually added one of my first Dieffenbachias, and that is the Dieffenbachia Sublime. And I also got a Trending Tropicals of Dieffenbachia Cool Beauty, a variegated Dieffenbachia. It was super cool. And you can see right here, one of the classic plants, Dracaena Janet Craig. I talk about this Dracaena often. This is for $9.97. Highly recommend it for anybody who wants to start growing indoor plants for the first time, as well as this Dracaena Lemon Lime right there. I really like that a lot. This is also for $9.97. Now with Dracaenas, very underrated plant. Most people consider them like office corporate plants, but I would love to see more people really getting into Dracaenas because they can tolerate lower light conditions. They have a moderate growth pattern and they don't have to be watered as often. So they're a little bit more forgiving, especially for somebody who doesn't really have a heavy watering schedule. And then over here, we've got another Calathea rospicta. I do love this look of this particular Calathea, the purple undersides and just the margin or the outlining of the black. It looks really nice. It looks like somebody spray painted the edges of those leaves. I have mine growing in just complete water. And then I want to walk over here and just show you a bunch of assorted succulents and cactus. I will be starting to collect certain succulents, specifically aeoniums. So if you haven't seen aeoniums, they are so gorgeous. And, you know, they're one of those plants that just has a lot of pinks and variegation. So I will be adding that to my collection. But as you can see right here, they've got a lot of varieties of cactus and succulents. These are by Element Plants, and I would say if you are going to start collecting succulents, Walmart is a good place to start buying assorted succulents because their plant pricing is really cost effective. Now, if you live out in Texas and you can go to an HEB grocery store, they have some really good plants. And then you can see right here, this is another jade plant here. This one's only for $9.97. So Kathy, who is actually one of my most loyal plant foldies that is always on the live premieres, encouraging people to hit that like button. I really hope you enjoy all of the jade I found, and then also just showing you all of these different types of succulents. Now with succulents, if you're going to grow succulents, you definitely want to put them in like succulent, cactus, fast draining soil. You definitely don't want to put them in soil that's meant for like indoor tropical plants that can hold a lot of moisture. Really, if you can get a hold of bonsai soil or soil that has a lot of pumice, you will do very well with your cactus and succulents. That way you're not overwatering them. Look at this one right here. This one kind of looks like an Aeonium, but it's not. It's a different type of succulent, but this one has a bunch of babies. And what I like about cactus is they're very easy to propagate. So you can either cut off a leaf and stick it on top of soil, mist it, and it may propagate, or you can take those little babies. And you can see cactus and succulent have different types of textures, colors, and varieties. Like look at how fuzzy this particular cactus is. And then we have more cactus here. Now the cactus that you see with the bright red, that is a grafted cactus. And you can see we've got different ones like that. Blue cactus is really nice. We've got some echeverias right over here. Look at this one. Isn't that stunning? And I love the undersides. This one is for $12.46. So for those who actually grow succulents that are plant foldies, or my viewers, let me know what kind of succulents or cactus that you like. I would love to see you guys actually post those maybe on Instagram. Tag me at GrowFolds. Again, I love to engage with you guys on multiple aspects of social media. And you can see right here, this is a kalanchoe. So you know how I always show you guys kalanchoe specifically at grocery stores, the ones that are flowering. This is a kalanchoe, but this one is not in bloom. This isn't one of those floral kalanchoe, but you can see that they have different types of colors. You can see there's some red, there's some yellow, there's some green. I would think that cactus have the best coloration when you just put them out in full sun, at least 6 to 8 hours, and they will do amazing. And then look at this one right over here. It's got a ghostly look about it, and I do like the structures of these succulents. Now, again, it depends on your plant zone, whether you can grow succulents out in your landscape. I know that I am so jealous of the people that live out in California because their weather is pretty temperamental, where it's not like extreme weather, and they are able to grow all of these succulents out in their landscape. I've seen some beautiful Aeoniums. So Walmart doesn't have any Aeoniums, but if you get a chance, Google it and you will see why I want to grow them. And over here, I'm just going to go pan over and show you guys some more of these flowering plants. We've got some impatiens here. And look at this. Does this not look like some origami or some type of like cherry blossom? This is just giving me all sorts of Japan vibes, and even just the color. I need to get this columbine flower. I need to get this particular one, and also the lavender blue one. And I might actually buy a bunch of columbine seeds and actually grow them for this year and have them ready to go for next year, since they are perennial plants. Now, for those that don't know what perennial plants are, they basically will grow a full season, die back, and come back in the spring. And you can see here, I did find a little bit shipper of like Costa Farms exotic angel plants. So we've got some syngoniums here. These are the berry illusions. We've got some Fittonia plants here, and these are all for $4.97 by Costa Farms. Now I'm going to go over to this grocery store plant shopping video. This is another place out in Huntsville, Texas. This is the Kroger in Huntsville, Texas. So it's literally just like a block away from the Walmart. So I figured I would go in here and see if they have the Monstera Thai constellations. So as I walk over here, what I've noticed already is that the this particular Kroger isn't as full of plants, and they have these plants actually like decorated in these baskets, and I don't know how I feel about it. I actually just prefer them to be in their own catch trays rather than to have all of the frou-frou and basket decorations. Now, I do get it. Most of these plants, like these kalanchoe, gorgeous looking kalanchoe, by the way. Now, I do know that, especially at Kroger or just any grocery store, most of these plants are really meant to just be given as gifts. So they have like balloons, they've got ribbons, they've got all sorts of stuff happening. But you know, I will say if you do go to a Kroger, you will get some good pricing. And check this out. This is another Hedera Helix, or what you would call a Hedera Helix. That's the correct way to say it. And then for those that are new to the channel, I hope I don't scare you when I say Hedera Helix. It's a running joke with the plant foldies. For some reason, you guys want to keep track of how many times I say that. But English ivy, you already know the story. They're just difficult plants to grow, and This isn't a difficult plant to grow. Peperomia obtusifolia marble. These are all plants that are actually sourced out by Mason Farms, which is actually a plant nursery out in New Mexico. I love their plants. They're very cost effective. Look at how gorgeous this China doll plant is. And what I learned about this China doll plant is they are very thirsty plants. Otherwise, they start crisping up. But like, here's an example for $24.99 of a Peperomia raisinette. I don't really understand why it's in a basket and then it's all wrapped around. And I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. So there is not any Monstera Thai constellations in any site, although I am seeing some gorgeous looking Azalea Simpsonii or indoor azaleas. Love, love, love indoor azaleas. I just love azaleas in general. They just don't love me back because they're a little bit more finicky of a plant. But we'll see if I can actually grow them outdoors. My 2 Satsuki azalea, I actually posted a photo of one of my beautiful Satsuki azalea on Instagram. If you haven't already, check it out. At Growfolds is my Instagram handle. And you can see they've got a lot of teacup looking Phalaenopsis orchids right over here. You can see they've got some more Phalaenopsis orchids here. I actually like the yellow Phalaenopsis orchids. I feel like those are a little bit more uncommon. Like this canary yellow is gorgeous, and right behind it, it's got more of a yellow pastel tone. So really like that a lot. I finally got my first Phalaenopsis orchid. It is a variegated one. I will need to post a picture on my Instagram, but as you can see, there really wasn't any Monstera Thai constellation. So I'm a little bit disappointed on that. But I went ahead and went outside just to look at some of the outdoor plants that they have. So they've got a bunch of Croton Petras. These ones are for $24.99. These are actually very large Croton Petras, and they have a lot of coloration. But, you know, actually going to Huntsville, Texas, just passing by, I do understand why a lot of people will say, you know, that the folks out in Dallas, Texas are lucky because our Krogers actually have, all the Krogers I've been to have Monstera Thai constellation. So not sure if they've already sold through the Monstera Thai constellations. We'll see about that. But in this video, you got to wait till the end. I will discuss how do you enter to win a Monstera Thai constellation from me. I am giving a giveaway, and I'll give you all the details on the next portion of this video. But you can see right here, we've got a bunch of hen and chicks vase. Love this succulent. These are for $14.99. And when you talk about a plant that self-propagates, it definitely self-propagates. So the hen are the bigger type ones, and then the small ones are the little chicks. They continue to just push out a bunch of those chicks. You can literally pluck one, stick it on top of soil, mist it, and there you got a new plant. And over here, we've got some more hanging baskets of bougainvilleas. I will say when it gets hotter, bougainvilleas just give the best looking blooms. I'm thinking about making bougainvillea into a bonsai. So that is another passion of mine that has been reignited since I've been doing these plant shopping videos. And again, I do want to thank everybody that always comes and watches my videos, comments, and encourages me to do these plant shopping videos. I know that I probably show you guys the same plants over and over, but for some reason you guys keep coming back, so I will keep making these plant shopping videos for you. One of my favorite plants right here is this Cordyline Hawaiian tea plant. This one's for $24.99. Look at the pink variegation on this. This is electrifying, and like I said again, with Cordyline tea plants, they do better outdoors. I have yet to repot my Cordyline tea plant. I'm just being lazy. Either that or I'm just super busy, one of the two, but I want to go repot it because it was one of those Walmart ones for $5.84, and I think I can get it to get that size at the end of the season. And you can see this gorgeous looking Alocasia Regal Shields. Look at that. That is gorgeous. My Alocasias are doing very well, and I'm hoping to get a couple more variegated Alocasia, but you can see here we've got some gorgeous looking plants. As a matter of fact, I probably need to repot my Alocasia Sport Variegated Calculata that I found at Home Depot. And you can see here we've got some more sunflowers here. I'm about to throw a bunch of sunflower seeds out in my yard just to see if they will sprout. I was able to get a couple of them, and they were absolutely gorgeous. I had the giant mammoth ones, and they were beautiful. These ones are for $22.99, and we've got some geraniums right here. I actually like the foliage of the geraniums versus just the flower because they do smell. And now we are back out in North Dallas. So now we are back at the grocery out in Dallas called Kroger's. This is off of Custer Road in Frisco, Texas. So this is where I found all of those gorgeous looking half moon Monstera Thai constellations. I'm actually going to try to see if I can get that one specific Monstera with the gorgeous looking marble variegation that was already fenestrated. That was like 2 days ago when I saw them. But as you can see right here, this is after Easter and it looks like they've already re-merchandised their product. Look at these beautiful hydrangeas here. Love that deep purple blue. And these are not a bad price at all as well. I really want to grow hydrangeas. Somebody suggested just growing them in planters, but I really want to grow them outdoors. And you can see here, I'm going to go straight to these Monsteras to see if we have the one that I was looking for. I wish that it was here because I would buy it. I kind of had made the mistake of not buying it, but you know, I narrowed it down to a top 5. Then I brought it down to a top 4 and it just didn't have it. But I'm going to just pan over here and show you all of the beautiful flowers that they have at this Kroger. Already know, if you are a Grow Folds viewer, I will show you Azalea Simpsii. I love indoor azaleas. I love azaleas in general. Like, this is probably when you should buy an indoor azalea, is when the buds are just budding up, versus buying one that's already in full bloom. That way you can get a longer, you know, stay of flowers. This one has the red buds and these are gorgeous. Now these ones are in 4-inch starter planters for $9.99. I even thought about possibly getting indoor azalea to make into bonsai. So we'll see what that looks like. Now I know that some places will sell indoor azaleas that are trained to be like a topiary or like a tree. Really like that a lot. And you can see they've got more indoor azaleas here. Now with indoor azalea care, they need bright indirect light when grown indoors. You don't want to put them in a house that gets really hot, so they need to be in the temperatures between 65 to 70 degrees. Never, ever, ever, and I say never, ever, ever let their soil dry out completely. They don't do very well. It's because they have very fine roots and they're a very thirsty plant. Obviously, you don't want them to be sitting in water, but you want to make sure that their roots remain moist. So that's what I learned, and that's why if you let them dry out completely, their leaves start to like crisp up and drop. So that's not a good thing. And you can see right over here, $16.99 for these gorgeous looking hydrangeas. Love hydrangeas. They give me Japan vibes. Hydrangeas are acid loving plants. And same thing with the azaleas as well. Now, if you give them more acidic soil, they're blooms change, so like the pinks may change to more of a deep purple and vice versa. So love the chemistry behind it, and I just love looking at these very healthy looking indoor azaleas. I'm thinking if I buy an indoor azalea, I'm probably going to buy a smaller one, like a $9.99 one, because I found ones that were in 6-inch planters and I just couldn't keep up with it. And you can see we've got some hyacinths right over here. I'm going to walk over here before I start showing you guys all of the Monstera. Looks like they've got some more Phalaenopsis orchids here. I'm looking to see if they have any variegated forms. This one's an interesting looking one because of the colors. I don't typically see this type of coloration on a Phalaenopsis orchid. Now these all kind of start at $17.99 and go down below the price. They've always got a lot, you know, Kroger, or I would say Kroger has some of the best Phalaenopsis orchids. That's really the only types of orchids they carry. If you're going to ask me what type of big box store carries the most diverse orchids, that would be Lowe's. But you can see here, they've also got a bunch of plants. So I like it when Kroger's just leaves them in these like catch pots. This one is by Mason Farms. Again, this is an Epipremnum aureum golden pothos. Love the variegation on it. One of the easiest house plants to take care of. If you are going to start your indoor plant shopping, buy yourself a golden pothos. You won't regret it. You really can't kill it, and they're easy to propagate. And I know that you plant foldies are really a fan of this. This is a pickle plant. This one is for $9.99. Look at the little fuzzy hairs on this pickle plant. I know some of you guys have mentioned that you bought a pickle plant. I have yet to buy one. I think it's precious and will most likely buy one soon. And then we've got this fern here. These ferns just look so delicate. You would think that they would need a lot of humidity. I don't really know a lot about the care tips for this, but these are all for $9.99, and these are again by Mason Farms. I really like their plants. They actually push out some uncommon plants, like some really cool looking alocasia. So you'll have to just look out for that. And you can see, look at all of these gorgeous looking Phalaenopsis orchids here. So it looks like they've sold through a lot of their plants already. You can see here we've got a Spathiphyllum or peace lily. This is for $19.99. Gorgeous Epipremnum aureum marble queen pothos. I remember seeing this a couple days ago. This is for $19.99 as well in a 6-inch planter. I will say that that is slightly pricey. I would go with the 4-inch starter planters for $9.99 instead, because they're not that far off in size, and you can see there are a bunch of assorted bromeliads. Now these ones are sourced out by Costa Farms. These are for $6.99. That's not a bad price at all for these bromeliads. I do like the pink striping on the foliage. Bromeliads, again, are very common to find at a big box store, grocery store, local plant nursery, but that doesn't mean that they're not nice plants. I do like these variegation on this. I love that pink. Love pink plants in general. And then this is another interesting Dracaena. I don't know this Dracaena specifically, but this one I believe is for $14.99. This is also sourced out by Costa Farms. This almost has more of like a yucca look about it, and you can see that there is just that beautiful outlining on the leaves. Dracaenas are very easy to take care of. I would recommend that for anybody starting houseplants. I can't tell you enough how easy Dracaenas are, and they get fairly large as well, and not about like in a good amount of time. They're not fast growers, but they're not super slow either. And right here we've got an Epipremnum aureum global green pothos, one of my favorite pothos. These are only for $16.99 by Costa Farms Trending Tropicals. So what I like about Kroger, especially Kroger Marketplace, so those are the larger Krogers, is that they offer Costa Farms Trending Tropicals. I have found some interesting Trending Tropicals I haven't found at like Walmart, Lowe's, or Home Depot. One would be the Dieffenbachia Cool Beauty. It was a variegated Dieffenbachia, so I thought that was really cool. And you can see here a very healthy looking Alocasia Silver Dragon. Look at how gorgeous that is. It looks like somebody just took some gray spray paint and spray painted the veins on that. I love that gradual variegation on it. Very nice. And then we've got a beautiful Begonia Maculata. This is for $16.99. Like Begonia Maculatas, I actually got one from my grandmother that she propagated for me, so I don't have to spend $16.99. It's actually growing outside, and I was able to actually put it out to where it's growing in full sun and it's not like burning or anything. So not sure if begonias like that. Well, the one I got from my grandmother is super hardy. And you can see right here we've got a red Marantha plant. This one's actually a really nice size for $19.99. This is also by Mason Farms. Now with Marantha plants, they're similar to Calatheas and prayer plants. They are a little bit finicky. I would say this one is a little bit less finicky than a Calathea. They do require that their soil remains moist, and if possible, water them with distilled water or purified water versus tap water, so that way the leaves don't brown up or crisp up. And then you can see here we're looking at an Epipremnum aureum Enjoy. This one is for $9.99. I do like the Enjoy pothos. It is a slower growing pothos, but what I like about it is look at that very high contrast in the variegation. The white is very pronounced. Some people will mistake this pothos as a pearls and jade. This is not a pearls and jade. This is an Enjoy pothos. And wouldn't it be interesting to grow this up a totem pole or a moss pole to see how large these leaves would get? I would love to see variegated large leaves of this. And you can see right here, everybody's favorite, the Hydra Helix. Love me some Hydra Helix. This Hedera English ivy is the gold coin one. This one is for $9.99. With English ivies, you want to make sure that their soil dries out completely before watering them. Over watering them will make them susceptible to spider mite. So just make sure you stay on top of that. And here we got another Ficus lyrata or fiddle fig leaf tree. This one is for $13.99 by Mason Farms. I am enjoying mine growing. I got it for 99 cents from Sprouts, another grocery store, and it's already pushed out like 4 new leaves. I just kind of leave it alone and let it do its thing, and it does well. Here is a polka dot plant for $9.99. I've talked about polka dot plants before. Polka dot plants are beautiful. They just require a little bit more humidity. They don't like to be overwatered, but they don't like to be underwatered. They crisp up easily and they get a little bit leggy too. So I don't know what the perfect balance is for a polka dot plant. But you can see here is another Costa Farms Bromelia. This one's for $6.99. So it looks like they have this particular one. I know there's a lot of varieties of bromeliads, but whenever I like tag them on my videos, I will just call them bromeliads. It's like, succulents and cactus. I just don't know enough about them. And you can see right here, we've got a bunch of bamboo plants. A lot of it is starting out at $9.99. So really good prices at Kroger. I specifically like this Kroger. So if you are a local plant foley that lives out in North Dallas or Dallas in general, I would go to this Kroger. This is the one off of Custer Road, right across the street from the H-E-B McKinney. And you will always see this place super full. They've got a really good system in terms of keeping their plants healthy, and they have a good way of reducing plants if they start to be unhealthy. So you might be able to find some really good plants for a very good price. I know that they are in the process of reducing the bunny planter live trends plants, so I'm going to see how much they cost. But you can see here another Raven ZZ, gorgeous looking ZZ plant, very easy, one of my favorite plants to grow. They thrive with neglect, and that's really all I can say about that. That's for $16.99. Not a bad price at all, although I got mine at Walmart for sale for $7. I got 2 of them. I rescued them, and they pushed out a lot of new growth already. People will say that ZZ plants are slow growing plants, but the ones I've gotten so far have been pushing out a lot of new growth. So that's really cool. And I'll just pan over some more of these plants here. See that they've got this China doll plant here. I really like the look of this China doll plant. $9.99. Love that. Mine is growing fairly well. I rescued it from actually crisping up and dying just because I figured out the watering conditions. And here is a nice polka dot plant, the white version. This is the white splash for $9.99. We've got an interesting fern here. This actually is a Korean rock fern. I thought this was like the black rabbit's foot fern, but this is the Korean rock fern for $9.99 by Mason Farms. I like that. I need to add a fern into my collection. I have yet to add one. And we've got a bunch of Hydra Helix. Lots of English ivy available at this location. So it's still a pretty fair looking amount of plants, and they've got some really good prices here. So I'm just going to walk around and show you some more. I'm sure you guys can tell we've got a bunch of Hydra Helix and how much I love English ivy. I really do, because they remind me of maple leaves, and I love maple trees. They are my favorite trees alongside a ginkgo tree. And I'll show you a couple more plants here, and then we'll go to the main event and see if I can find that particular Monstera constellation. But you can see right over here, this is a nice looking spider plant. Now, I did find spider plants for $3.97 at Walmart, so that's probably where I'm going to get a spider plant. But this one right here isn't a bad one at all. This one is for $13.99. So what I like about spider plants is when they start pushing out their little babies and having them just kind of trailing down. That's really cool. Spider plants are an interesting plant plant because they're very easy to propagate. And I love these. It looks like somebody already bought one of the aluminum plants because there were 3 of them about 2 days ago. These are for $9.99. I do like Pilea plants. I figured out that Pilea plants are not that hard to grow. They do prefer higher humidity conditions, but I love Pilea plants. I have a variegated version of this that I bought from Green Escape off of Etsy, and I wouldn't mind getting a couple of more Pilea plants. I love to collect them, so we'll see. I do have a couple in my collection and they're doing very well. And this one's actually probably my favorite one just because of this Pilea plant. This is called the aluminum plant because their foliage does look like aluminum or just a metallic look about it. You do need to trim this down to keep it from being leggy, but you can take those trimmings and propagate them. They're very easy to root as well. And then we're just going to walk over here and look at this fiddle fig leaf or Ficus lyrata. Now this is for $19.99. I would say you can get a better deal, a bigger Ficus lyrata, but this one is actually perfect. There's no browning on the leaves. It's got a good size. So if you want to get one at a grocery store, you can go to Kroger, but I would recommend getting a Ficus lyrata or fiddle fig leaf maybe at like Home Depot, Walmart, one of the big box stores, because they're probably going to be a lot larger and you'll probably just get more size. But you can see that there's a new leaf that's about to get pushed out. So you can tell that this Ficus lyrata is actually established. So that's a good thing. Whenever you're plant shopping, you want to look for obviously signs of pests, but if you can see new growth, that is a a good indication that you should probably buy the plant. So lots of plants here, and I'm going to walk over here. So they've got some more Azalea Simpsii or indoor azaleas here. These are not on clearance. If they were, I would totally buy it. Specifically this one, because this one has a unique flower pattern, not the red one, but just the striping on this one. They remind me of Satsuki Azalea. And I obviously love the variegated pink ones. The white ones are nice, but I asked the staff if they've already reduced these plants. They have not. There's a bunch of these, and these are all juvenile Monstera deliciosas. They've got a couple of the Phalaenopsis orchids here. So if you have a Kroger and you're watching this, check out your Kroger because they will reduce these seasonal plants. And even these hydrangeas here are probably going to get reduced. So I did want to go pan over there and show you guys that. Kroger, again, you'll be lucky to find a bunch of plants, healthy looking ones too, for reduced prices. And you can see right over here, we've got a bunch of tulips and bulb plants, hyacinths. These are all for $9.99, and a bunch of kalanchoe. Kalanchoe is right over here, but you can see these are the plants that are staged to be reduced. So they've got some Phalaenopsis orchids and a bunch of those like live trend rabbit planters that are super cute. So we'll see what they have. Now here's the main event. I did want to show you these Monstera Thai constellations. So they still have quite a bit of a selection. I will say they've sold out a bunch, but you can see right here, this is a Monstera Thai constellation that I would consider getting. Look at that variegation on the leaves. And again, these are for $29.99. I am curious to see if Kroger will sell through all of their Monstera Thai constellations, or will they not sell through and like reduce them to $7? Because I've seen some Philodendron Marble Princess reduced to $7 just because they didn't sell through them. But you can see all of these Monsteras are a pretty good size. I would say that some of them are a little bit better variegated than others with Monstera Thai constellations. They definitely need to be in a substrate or a soil that is very chunky and fast draining. They don't like to stay in water like that. I noticed that all of these do not have drainage holes. They're in a catch pot. And when I pulled up my Monstera Thai constellation, there was a bunch of water sitting there. So what I'm afraid of is all of these Monstera are sitting in water and their roots are going to rot, because Monstera, especially at this stage, the root rot is real. They will rot easily. So I'm hoping people will buy these plants. I'm hoping that those that are watching my plant shopping video at this Kroger will go over to this Kroger and just buy these up. I will say that I have decided to do a plant giveaway to celebrate having close to 9,000 subscribers. Thank you guys again for subscribing. I will pick out a Monstera Thai constellation. Like this is the one that I would have bought last time, because look at these stems. Nice variegation right over here. The leaf is about to unfurl, and you would think that if the stems are very variegated that they would push out variegation like this, But, Monstera Thai constellations are very random in their variegation. I will say some are more variegated than others. Maybe it's the genetics. But the good thing about Monstera Thai constellation is they will never revert in terms of their variegation. It is originally a tissue cultured plant that was created several decades ago. They just happened to get more popular, and I'm just really glad that plant pricing for Monstera Thai constellations have been reduced to $29.99. Maybe we'll even get them for cheaper if, Kroger will actually reduce them. But you can see here, this one's got some, pretty good variegation. This one has some more sectoral variegation here. So I'm just kind of looking through all of them. It looks like somebody bought that really nice marble variegated Monstera. I got all of the half moon ones, which is what I liked. But the one that I wanted to get, it doesn't look like I will find it, which is okay because I'm sure that whoever bought it will give it a good home. I'm hoping all of these Monsteras will sell through, but I'm just going to keep showing you guys different ones. Leave it in the comments under a timestamp or even in the live premiere chats which Monstera you would buy, which one you would like. I want to know what kind of plants you guys are into and how you select them. I have my own aesthetics when it comes to plants. Sometimes I look for high variegation. Sometimes I just look at green plants and think they're gorgeous. So we all have our own opinions. I do want to know yours, so please leave that in the comments or in the live premiere chats if you're watching this live. This one I might buy because it has a pretty good variegation. The structure is nice, and I don't know, I like this plant. I will be choosing a plant today to do as a plant giveaway, so stay tuned for that. For my plant giveaway, here's going to be the rules for it. So you have to be on Instagram, number one. Number two, I will post a picture of the plant giveaway or maybe even a video of the particular Monstera that I will give away. You need to make sure that not only are you on Instagram, you need to be following me. Once you follow me, you need to tag a minimum of 3 people on Instagram to that particular post that I do with the video of the Monstera that I'm going to give away, and comment plant giveaway so I know that it's an actual person. If you want that, so you can actually tag a minimum of 3 to be entered, but you can tag as many people as you want. You can tag 50 people. It doesn't matter. But the more people you tag, the more chances I will put you in the raffle for the giveaway. So you can increase your chances of actually winning a plant. I will put it in a random algorithm, so it will just all be random and all of your votes will count. I will say as a disclaimer, my plant giveaway is no way associated with Instagram. It is just for my Instagram page, and that's basically it. You just need to be following my Instagram. Make sure that you like the post. Make sure that you, in the comments, you are tagging the people that you would think would be interested in. The more people you tag, the more chances you will be in. And if you actually share the post on your story and tag @GrowFolds and tag multiple people, those are double entries. So I will be running this for at least 3 weeks to give people a chance to tag people. I'm hoping we can get some engagement here. The only rule is, unfortunately, I will not be able to ship outside of the US. So these are really only for US residents only. So for those that are out in Canada, New Zealand, or anybody else that is an international viewer, I do apologize. I'm hoping that I may be able to send you guys other giveaways, like maybe my origami paper cranes or something else in the future. I do plan on creating GrowFolds t-shirts to be part of a merch. So those are maybe giveaways I can give for my international viewers. But for now, in order for you to participate in the plant giveaway, again, you need to be following me on Instagram. My handle is @GrowFolds, go to the post that has the giveaway. So it'll be either a video or a picture, maybe both, of the Monstera that I am going to do as a plant giveaway. Like the video or the picture for the giveaway. Tag a minimum of 3 people in the comments section that would be interested as well. And that's it. That's basically for every person that you tag after 3 will be an additional entry for the random drawing. But this one right here is another Monstera I might do for the giveaway. I think I might end up buying that particular Monstera. It has some really good variegation. It's not too big, so it would be easier to ship out, but we'll see what Monstera I may end up just doing as a giveaway. You know, stay tuned for that, but there will definitely be a giveaway. The way I will announce the winner, it will be on my Instagram stories. I will direct message you, and you'll have 24 hours to contact me with your shipping information and to confirm your U.S. residency. And then there you go. Hopefully you plant foldies will be excited about it. I am going to be doing that very soon, but I figured I'd go ahead and announce it, the details in this video as I pilfer through to see what kind of Monstera Thai constellation I will send. It may not necessarily be the Thai constellation I buy today, but it will definitely be a Thai constellation you will see. So hopefully, just hopefully, I will get some viewership here. But plant foldies, let me know what you guys think about these Monstera Thai constellations. I can't get over the fact that they are at a grocery store called Kroger. I will be looking to see if the Monstera Thai constellations by Growers Bench will make Walmart. As a matter of fact, I might actually drive down to Walmart just north of Custer Road in Prosper, Texas, or McKinney, Texas, to see. They typically have some good restocks there, and you'll know that if you are interested in seeing that. I always go to big box stores, so I would recommend subscribing to my channel, especially for those that live out in Dallas or Fort Worth. You will stay up to tune with all of the big box stores because I will show you that and, you know, announce what plant finds I see. Again, I do 1-hour plant shopping videos, and ask me any questions. Like, these Monstera Thai constellations are amazing, and I pretty much have decided the one I'm going to get, but I want to just keep panning over here and showing you different types of Monstera Thai constellations. And it looks like we have a winner for the Monstera Thai constellation. I decided to get this one just because look at the variegation. It's got some really good marbling, very even, high variegation. And again, this is for $29.99 at Kroger. There's still several Monstera Thai constellations you can get at this specific Kroger. Let me know what you guys think. And if you are going to be joining the plant giveaway, stay tuned for that. I would create an Instagram account if you want to get a free Monstera Thai constellation. I will give that for you guys, and I'm excited to start doing plant giveaways, not just a Monstera Thai constellation. And I will be going to PlantCon International 2024 in Houston on April 13th, so I might pick up some rare plants to do giveaways for the future, so stay tuned for that. Super excited that I got another beautiful Monstera Thai constellation. You know, it's interesting that some people just walk by these, but I love the plant. As always, this is Richie at Growfolds. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!